Welcome to another day in Mesa. You probably recognize this street around me because I've started videos on this street many times because it's the street that my guest house is sitting on. So when I leave my guest house and I head out for lunch, which is what I'm doing again today, this is the first street I walk down. And it's kind of quiet here. By the time I get to the main street, there's more traffic and more noise. So I like to do my welcome to Mesa video clip here before it gets too noisy. And I've been to this restaurant a number of times already. I'm going back to Borderline, but I'm going there because, as I mentioned in a previous video, a viewer of my videos, Winston Tun, he contacted Borderline and deposited some money there for me so that I could try out more of the food on the Borderline menu. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to go again today. And, pick something else out on the menu, another one of their Burmese salads, I'm sure. So I'm slowly working my way through the whole list of Burmese salads. And I'll try another one of their specialty drinks. I saw like lemongrass on the menu, and there was a banana honey drink that looked interesting. So I'll have a new drink, have one of the salads I haven't tried before, and maybe one of my favorites as well from the menu or something else new. We'll find out when I get there. So, yeah, this is Saturday, by the way, Saturday, July 4th. So happy 4th of July to any Americans out there. It's probably going to be an odd 4th of July this year. I don't know how many cities in the United States will allow firework displays and that sort of thing in these strange times. But anyway, I hope you have a good 4th of July. Canada Day was just passed recently. That was on July 1st, Canada Day. So happy belated Canada Day to any Canadians out there. Once again, I realized that I had left my guest house room, without a mask. It's funny how that can happen. I was even in my room staring at the mask that I had set out to wear as I left the guest house. And I was looking at it and thinking about it. Next thing I know, I'm walking down the street and I totally forgot about it. So it's a difficult habit to keep track of sometimes. If I didn't check the video to make sure that it was in focus, I never would have noticed, Anyway, here I am with a brand new fresh mask. Yeah, in terms of life updates, I can start with the mundane or the amusing, or at least it's amusing to me. I mentioned in a previous video, I was so excited that I got my Casio watch fixed. I found a little watch shop, and the guy, after much effort, in fact, replaced the band, and I thought I was good to go. But check it out. The band fell off. I was taking a shower the other morning. I heard a crack. I looked down, and there's my watch sitting on the floor of the shower. After a bit of investigating, I figured out that the guy at the watch shop, he'd had so much trouble removing the Casio pins holding the watch band in place that he didn't return them. He replaced them with other pins. And these pins are not designed for Casio, watches. They're the kind that have the little spring-loaded ends, and they're much thinner and shorter than the normal pins that I need. So he did reattach my band, but it's not going to work long term because those pins aren't designed for my watch, and they just pop off constantly. So I tried to put it back on again, but over and over my watch just fell off. So I'm pretty much right back where I started from as far as my beloved budget Casio watch goes. Now I don't even know if I'll be able to get it repaired because I don't have the original pins anymore. And I don't know if any place carries these pins. So I have a new quest to keep me entertained here in Mesa. The other news, probably much more important news, is that we are now into the month of July, and the end of July signals the end of the visa amnesty period for tourists here in Thailand. I'm here on a 90-day visa amnesty. That's the only reason I could stay in Thailand. But this amnesty expires, I believe, on July 30th. So now, you know, I've very much enjoyed my time where I didn't have to think about visas at all, but I have to start thinking about them again because we're back in that vague, murky atmosphere where nobody knows what's going to happen. I checked the news this morning, and I did see a couple of articles that the Thai government is in discussions about extending the amnesty for one more month. But of course, these are just, you know, rumors and discussions, and nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. So at this point, on July 4th, I don't know whether the amnesty will be extended for another month, or whether I will have to apply for an official visa extension, or, of course, if I could even get a visa extension. It's quite possible that if that were the case, I would apply for this visa extension, and they would tell me, well, come on, you know, you've been in this country long enough. Don't you think it's time to go? And they won't give me the extension. You just don't know, right? So we're in the time period where I have to start thinking about visas again and start making some future plans. Of course, there aren't many options beyond staying in Thailand. I've been looking at the situation in surrounding countries, you know, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Malaysia, and it's not possible, as far as I can tell, to go to any of these countries, not as a tourist anyway. So if I'm not allowed to stay in Thailand, I have to start thinking about what to do next. One possibility, of course, is all these travel bubbles that people are talking about. You know, all the countries are in talks with neighboring countries to see if they can make a deal amongst themselves and form a travel bubble. You know, saying, okay, citizens from your country can come here, or people from your country can come here, and people from our country can go there. You know, let's make that agreement, as long as they keep the, you know, the situation under control. But in all these articles about the travel bubbles, they never make it clear whether who is included in these agreements. Basically, would it, even if there was a travel bubble formed with Malaysia or Vietnam, does that mean only citizens of those countries can go there? Or does it mean anyone that's in the country, like even a foreigner like me from Thailand, could go to Malaysia underneath this travel bubble agreement? Of course, I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it will be restricted only to Thai citizens. But, you know, you never know. So, yeah, that's kind of the situation here in Thailand. Anyway, I'm here at Borderline, just across the street, and I'm going to pop in there and have some lunch. I'm very excited. I'm quite hungry, and there's so many things on the menu that I still want to try. So let's go back to the backyard tea garden, settle in, get a cold drink to start, and then get some delicious food for lunch on the 4th of July. Here we are, as always, at Borderline, and I haven't been in here for a while, but I did show in a previous video the inside of their arts and handicrafts store. And it's very, very nice. A lot of things here for sale. If you come here for lunch, you can also pop in here and do some shopping. And back here is the tea garden. Since it's Saturday, I thought there might be a lot of people here. but I don't see a lot of customers as yet. So I have my photo menu from Borderline here, as always, which I really like because you can see pictures of most of the drinks and foods that they offer, and then they have this little order form that you can tick off, you know, the meals, the dishes that you like. And then when you're done, you know, ticking off your form, you know, you just bring it over to the counter and hand it over to them. And I love that system. So I've already gone over the menu and made my choices. As I said, I wanted to do a fancy drink today, and I was looking at lemongrass juice and something called Roselle juice, you know, which is all very supposed to be very healthy and very good for you for a variety of reasons. But as soon as I got all the way down the list, then I landed on banana honey juice. Come on, banana and honey, I couldn't resist. So that's what I chose for today, banana honey juice. We'll see if that's kind of like a fruit shake, you know, do they froth it up or is it an actual juice? We'll find out. Banana honey juice. And, there is a photo of it. Here are some of the drinks that they have. You can see the picture there. If my camera will focus on it, Roselle juice, basil lime juice, which I had last time I was here, which was very good, and then the banana honey juice. And I also wanted to try one more of their salads. Last time I had the Mandalay noodle salad, which was really good. I've had the tea leaf salad, which is also very good. I've had the Shan potato salad, which is still my #1 favorite dish here. I've only had it the one time, but I liked it so much. I still think of it as my favorite dish. And I had the samosa salad, and that leaves one or two more. And one of the salads I haven't tried so far is the Burmese style tomato salad. Ingredients are sliced tomato, finely aggregated cabbage, ground nuts, coriander, and lime. Put that all together and it makes a zesty and unique dish, they say. So I'm getting the Burmese style tomato salad. And that is it there, down at the corner here, the Burmese style tomato salad. It doesn't look as big and filling as the Shan potato salad or the noodle salad, but we'll see just how big it is. And to round that out, I decided to go with a fairly, fairly standard dish, I guess. Fried noodles with vegetables. So I think the fried noodles dish will go well with this lighter tomato style salad. That's my feeling anyway. So that's going to be my main meal, and then I ordered as a after dinner snack egg roti, a common snack in Mesa and Burma, freshly cooked pastry with egg inside and sugar to taste. There isn't a picture of the egg roti here, so I can't show you what that looks like. We'll find out when it gets here. So that's my order for now, and I'm very excited. Okay, I've submitted my order, and they looked it over, and apparently everything I selected they can make today. And the only other thing I wanted to point out, before my food gets here, is that in the last video I talked about the presents that Brett dropped by for me, and this is my new travel cup. It's a insulated cup, for hot or cold drinks. Has a lid on the top, so it's sealed, and it even has a little thing that pops off right there, so that you can use a straw. And I brought it with me today, not because it's full of cold drinks, but because it is full of a ice cube, because Brett also brought me this special mold or device that makes one big round ice cube which fits inside this cup. So there's my there it is there. So there's my giant ice cube. So basically I can use this cup to bring my own personal supply of ice with me wherever I go, which is kind of cool. I mean, even the drink that they bring me, if there's leftover drinks or I want to take one with me, I can just pour it in here, of course. Or, you know, I can just, if there isn't enough ice in my drink, you know, I can just open this up and pop in my my iceberg in the local drink. So, very excited about that. Got my own personal supply of ice on the go anywhere I want to go now. When I was here having lunch last time, I was reading a book called The Box Garden by Carol Shields. It was actually quite a short book, and I'm finished it already. I enjoyed it very much. It actually has a twist in the ending that I did not see coming. I usually see twists from a mile away. I know exactly what's going to happen next. But in this book, it took me completely by surprise. So I quite enjoyed that. I like being surprised. And from my library that I have stacked up on my cupboard in the guest house, I chose another book. And I don't really know anything about the author. I don't know much about the book. But this is it here. By Barbara Kingsolver. And it is called Pigs in Heaven. 300 pages long, more or less, and yeah, looks like relatively light reading compared to some of the books I might normally read. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this very much. So that's my my new book. In terms of television, right now I just started watching season 2 of the Doom Patrol. I think they released 3 episodes. And I think the 4th episode was released yesterday, and I haven't watched that yet. So I'll probably do that later today, episode 4 of the Doom Patrol. It's kind of an odd show for me. I like it a lot, though it's mainly because I love the characters. The characters are great. The atmosphere is great. Just the tone of the show is really interesting. It's very unusual. For me, I'm a little bit let down by the plot, because I do like a simple, clear story. And in the Doom Patrol, I honestly have no idea what's going on. I kind of guess what's happening, and it's kind of vague and a lot of fantastical elements, you know, where I don't think you're really supposed to think that carefully about the events. You know, you're just supposed to go along with it and enjoy the insanity of the show. And that's what I'm doing. I'm enjoying the insanity of the Doom Patrol. And I just started watching season 3 of Ozark. I'm only 1 or 2 episodes into the beginning, and I'm enjoying it very much. I thought I might be lost a little bit, you know, based on what happened in seasons 1 and 2. I thought, should I do a recap of those seasons, just so I know what's happening in season 3? But as soon as I started watching episode 1, it was like, oh yeah, it all came back to me, and I knew exactly where we were in the story and the situation of all the characters. So I'm enjoying that very much. So that's kind of what I'm watching right now and what I'm reading. So I'm going to settle in and wait for my lunch. Well, food has started to arrive. It's coming out backwards in a way. What I have in front of me is the egg roti. And I had no idea what it was. I actually thought egg roti would be some kind of like a single thing, you know, like a muffin or a spring roll or something, you know, and then so I ordered 2 of them. What I didn't realize is that each egg roti is a plate. So now I have 2 plates of egg roti. I'll grab the camera and give you a close-up look of what's happening over here. So there it is. That is an egg roti, which of course, you know, roti is a type of bread, and I guess it is cooked with egg, and then has you know, granulated sugar sprinkled on top. And I have 1 dish, and I have 2, and I think I'm going to save them until after my meal. Of course, I'm not going to eat both of these right now, as any mother in the world will tell you. That will ruin my appetite. So I'm going to save dessert for dessert, but I am going to try 1 piece just to see what it tastes like. Okay. Piece of egg roti. Okay. Don't think you need a fork for this. Just finger food. When I was in Myanmar, one thing I noticed that everyone will notice is just how popular tea is there. Like, there are just so many little shops at the side of the road where people are gathering to enjoy tea, and then they would have all of these snacks with that tea. So I'm assuming that's where this comes from. Aha. That looks so good. Things are moving fast. The rest of my lunch has arrived. I've got my Burmese style tomato salad over here on the left, and then fried noodles with fried vegetables, or fried noodles with vegetables, whichever way you say, with egg on top. You can have it with or without the egg. And since I'm quite hungry again, I ordered it with the egg. Get some of that protein goodness going. And, ooh, icy cold on my hands, the banana honey juice. Okay, this is the Burmese style tomato salad. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't see actual tomatoes. I guess this green here, these slices of green, is a type of tomato, like a type of green tomato or something. I was expecting, red tomatoes. Oh, but maybe, is that a little bit of tomato there? Okay, so a little bit of red tomato, and maybe the rest of this is that's the cabbage, and then there's ground nut and coriander in there. But I don't know what this green, or this yellowish green thing is. Perhaps a type of tomato. Maybe I can ask later. And over here is the fried noodles with vegetables. So yeah, that looks very tasty as well. And what I always get very excited about is the cold drink, especially if we're talking about anything involving bananas, like a banana smoothie. So that looks amazing. So we'll try some of that first, and then we'll move on to the main dishes here. All right, I've got my biodegradable straw, as always. So I can try this banana honey juice. There it is there. Smells great. Smells like bananas, Nice. Yeah, it's not your standard like banana shake. It's got more going on here. Of course, it's got the honey, but I think is there lime in there as well? I think so. It's got a little bit of a tang, a little bit of a bite to it, which goes really well with the sweetness of the banana and the honey. I could use it just a little bit colder, so I think what I'm going to do is transfer it from this glass into my special glass with my own personal glacier, my own ice cube glacier over there, and get it nice and cold. I love stuff like this. Like my whole life, I've always enjoyed, gadgets, travel gadgets, little things like that. And now to have my own personal cup for my own ice supply. You can feel that giant ice boulder. I don't know whether to call it a glacier or a boulder or what. it's so heavy, it actually takes a long time for it to float up to the top. You know, it has so much inertia. I can push it down all the way to the bottom, and it does not, like a regular ice cube, would just sort of pop right up to the top. It's like slowly rises, you know, again, like a glacier or something. So we'll let that sit there and get nice and cold. And I love having this little straw hole at the top, you know. There you go. Bring your own cup to a restaurant, a little unusual. Okay, next, time to try this Burmese style, you know, tomato salad. Give you another look at it there. See if it will focus. Looks pretty good. Just had a couple of those green slices. I don't really know what they are. I'll have to ask. And I think this is the tomato. It's nice. It doesn't have a strong flavor. Nothing is really jumping out at me like, whoa, that flavor or that flavor. It's just a very nice, light salad dressing on it in general. I think in the menu they said it has coriander, and lime, I think. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I like that a lot. And let's try some of our noodle dish. Again, I'm not expecting like a big surprise here. If you're ordering, you know, fried noodles with, you know, vegetables that are of the season, you know, seasonal vegetables. I think that's what they called it in the menu. You kind of know, you know, what you're going to get. So yeah, very nice. Again, very light flavor. The vegetables are kind of lightly sautéed, I think. They're not like soggy or anything. They're fried but left nice and crunchy. And you can taste, you know, the oil, you know, that it was fried in. So it's got a little bit of an oily flavor. Let's see how my banana honey drink is doing with my my own personal ice boulder. Much better. Like, it's much colder now in here. All right, that's great. So that's kind of my lunch for today. If I find out what else is in this tomato salad, I'll let you know. But beyond that, I don't think there's a whole lot more to say until I reach the end of my meal and have my egg roti. Oh, better move it closer to me here on the table. Keep the the flies away. All right, I'm gonna shut off the camera and enjoy my lunch. Lunch is over at Borderline, heading back to my guest house. Just started to rain a little bit, so I'm hurrying up. After my lunch, I started chatting with another foreigner that I met at Borderline. I really enjoy that about going to Borderline. There's always someone there interesting to chat with. And I believe he was an American living and working in Bangkok. And he has a bit of a holiday right now, so he's traveling around Thailand. And yeah, we just exchanged stories for a while. So that was pleasant. I did ask about my Burmese tomato salad, and all of the green stuff in the salad, that was also tomato, but it was a green tomato. That's what they told me anyway. So it was a tomato salad, but they made the salad from green tomatoes, not from red tomatoes. So I think my favorite part of the lunch this time was the banana honey shake, or the banana honey juice, especially since I could pour it into my own cup with my own ice. You know, I'm patting myself on the back, you know, for such a brilliant idea, or Brett's brilliant idea, really. And I should mention again that this lunch that I just enjoyed was courtesy of one of my viewers, Winston Tunn. Thank you again. Thank you very much, Winston. And I think I'll be having one or two more lunches on Winston. So that's very exciting. And I got a little bit of visa news while I was enjoying my lunch. Someone I know sent me a message with a link to an article. And this article is from the Philippines, and it was about a Filipina who is here in Thailand. She's stranded in Thailand. She came here for school or for a holiday or something, and then she got stuck here when all the borders closed. So, just like me, she's been here in Thailand on the 90-day visa amnesty. And according to this article, there's actually a whole article about this in the press in the Philippines. So I guess quite a few people are interested in this topic there. According to this article, she went to immigration here in Thailand to apply for, or to ask about getting a visa extension beyond the end of July. And the immigration officer told her to come back, or just go away, basically. Wait until the end of July, then come back, and then the government will be giving foreigners another, like a 30-day visa amnesty. So that's what she was told by the immigration officer, that there will be another visa amnesty for foreigners like me that are here on a expired tourist visa. So that's encouraging news. But of course, as always is the case, when you read further into the article, they suddenly say that, well, this visa amnesty will only be for 30 days and it will cost 1,900 baht per 30 days, which is basically the fee for a normal visa extension, which is not a visa amnesty at all. So there was a lot of confusing information in the article, kind of saying that there's going to be a visa amnesty for another 90 days, but then later in the article it says no, it's only going to be 30 days, and you have to pay 1,900 baht for the 30-day extension. So who knows what any of it means? But the article was a little bit encouraging because there was some news about the issue anyway, and some news is better than no news at all. Just about back at my guest house after my lunch, so I think the video adventures are shutting down for today. Yeah, summary of my lunch. Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit, because I'm trying so many different dishes on that menu. I'm having a lot of meals that perhaps I might not ordinarily order, and I think the Burmese tomato salad would fall in that category. I don't think I would normally order a dish like that. So it was, yeah, quite interesting to order it and try it out. It was very tasty. The more I had of it, the more I enjoyed it. The only thing was all of that, green tomato in there was kind of crunchy. You really had to chew through it. And then all of the lightly sauteed vegetables in my fried noodles, you also really had to crunch through. And my jaw isn't used to chewing quite that much for one meal. So just like really chewing to get through all that, all those crunchy vegetables in one meal. That was a lot of chewing for me, so my jaws are kind of worn out right now. But no, very tasty, and I liked pretty much everything I ordered. So another lunch at Borderline, and I think that takes me to the end of today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for joining me for lunch once again.